So I'm going to be starting this one out a little differently because I stumbled onto something that I didn't realize the first go around, and that is settings and advanced XP multipliers. So these all changed right now because I've been tinkering with the settings here, but it's it's bugged, okay? Because if you recall watching my first video where I set all of my rates and everything before starting the island, which I won't delete anything, I won't go back, but I'm definitely going to rehash my settings and do it more accordingly. But typically what I do is, I have it on easy right now, so let's go to hard. Alright, so typically when I play single player and I want to boost rates but play next to official settings, I'll skip this XP multiplier, I'll go right to the advanced tab, and I'll adjust these according to difficulty. So I have mixes of 2 times and 3 times boosted experience depending on what I'm doing. So like alpha creature kill is harder to do than finding an explorer node. So I will give explorer nodes 2 times, and I would give alpha creature kill 3 times and boss creature kill 3 times. Now if I'm being completely honest, the way I see it is whatever dino gets the final blow on the boss should get all 88 levels. And I mean, maybe you could revamp that to say if it's the alpha boss, if it's an alpha version of a boss, they get all 88 levels. But still, it is damn near impossible to get a dino maxed out, and let alone multiple dinos. I know the whole killing giga babies and all that stuff, but still, it's just, killing a boss should net you more than just, you know, element for tech gear. But anyways, long story short, what I'm doing here is showing you the bugginess of this setting in particular. So what happens is the game will save, it will remember the last value you saved these at as your default. So since I changed this to 3 and I didn't save it, I hit restore default, it goes back to 1. So if I change it to 3 now and I save the setting and I hit restore default, it stays at 3. But now if I bump it to 1 and I don't save it and I hit restore default, it goes back to the last value it was saved at. And I don't think all of these fall into that, but just for the sake of the, you know, legitimacy of this video, technically I was cheating starting out because I had a 2-time overall multiplier right here, and then some of these were 3 and 2 times, so I was getting like up to 6 times on certain things, so that explained quite a bit in terms of why I was leveling up so fast. So what I'm going to do then is show you the proper order in which to make your changes to your settings, because another thing to make note of is if you come in here first and you turn single player settings off, and even if you save it, okay, we'll back out, create a game, go back in, rules, okay, it's still off. But if you do this, if this is the first thing you do, and then you choose your difficulty setting, it automatically turns single player setting back on. So I'm going to rehash all of my settings, getting them all back to what they were, but you know, officially this time matching official to the best of my abilities with quality of life improvements for the sake of server not running 24/7, not having all the time in the world, yada yada yada. Alright, so this is what we'll do. We're gonna back out, we're gonna go this, that, and again, no mods, absolutely none, close to base value as possible. So we're gonna go to this tab, I'm gonna choose my difficulty, hard, save, single player, save, check the XP multipliers, they're all down to 1. So now if you choose like easy mode, some of these will get bumped up to 3 times, and if you choose normal, some of them are 2 times, hard, everything is by default at 1. So that's exactly what we want. So now before I get ahead of myself, we'll go back here and we'll go through the motions. So max count, damage, this setting this to 0 does not work. It resets it back to 180 for whatever silly reason, even though it says 0 to disable. So 0.1 Turning that off. Okay. So XP multiplier. Let's see, what should I do? 2 times or 3 times? Well, now that everything's official, I'll do 3 times. XP, tame speed, 5. That's for like special events, you know, mirroring special events. My harvest is at 1.9, getting as close to 2 point. Technically I could do 199, but when I pick up a physical stone, I just like to get 1 stone off the beach, but it's still technically a 2 times boosted rate. So no speed leveling, maximum difficulty on. Now people say all the time, if you change this to 5, which technically official servers are set at a 5, you can put it in there and it will stay, but the second you go into a game and come back out, it will automatically drop down to a 1. So 1 is the highest number you can put in there, at least on console, for single player settings. PvE mode is cryo sickness. The trade-off is you don't get to kill babies that you unclaim, and I don't even think you can harvest your babies' bodies for PvE mode. We're not doing hardcore, unlimited respecs. Yes, we're keeping that. Okay. These ones are pretty straightforward. See that single player is still off. You want to make sure that you do that before you start adjusting any settings. Okay. Alright. So that's that. We'll go to advanced. We want to disable that. Flyer carry off, because that's not allowed on official. No diseases, no cave flyers. I'm glad that they keep that off. I don't think PvP translates anything single player. Okay, so day cycle speed. Right now I have this bumped up to 2 times to make up for the sake of messing up on the first day. I lowered this value and it prolonged the day. So I wanted each day, roughly a day in Ark at the value of 1 is an hour, like 45 minutes, somewhere around there. Hour 45, hour 47. And I wanted each day to run an hour so my video clips could, you know, keep up 1 day at a time. So I'm lagging behind just a little bit, and I'll be lagging behind a little bit more now after this video, but I have an idea on how to catch up. So I'm going to leave those. Time of day, spoiled time, I do this for quality of life, for the sake of not always having to go on meat runs to refill feeding troughs, and spoiled times on prime. Corpse. This is a bug from Survivally Evolved. I'm not sure if they fixed it or not, but on single player you actually had to put these to the lowest value, which was 0.01, to get any of the more rare nodes to respawn. So you could harvest them once and then they would never come back. So crop growth speed, this is the only thing I'm going above 5 times on, because without the server running 24/7 and without a greenhouse thing, it'll take like literally 20 to 24 hours just to get a single plant grown to a seedling. Okay, poop interval, mating interval. It says to set that to 0, but I'm gonna do 0.1 because I don't trust their 0 values. Laying eggs is for egg farming. Hatch speed is for gestation and egg hatch speed. Okay, baby mature speed. I do this for otters because that's the smallest thing that I breed, and they raise with this value here. I put to 0.2. With these settings here, I can raise everything with 10-minute imprints at a time down to an otter, and an otter gets 1 imprint, but the first imprint it wants is at like 98% maturation, and you only have like 15 seconds to get what it wants if you don't have a cryopod and all that stuff. So baby food consumption, I do this again so I don't blow through a bunch of meat and keep having to go on meat runs and stuff. And leaving all that. Wild Dino stays, Tame Dino stays, Player stays. See, these are all still at 1, and miscellaneous. So, passive defensive hurt. Yes, I want to keep that on. I'll allow raid dino feeding, even though I probably won't have time to tame the Titan. That's good, and floating text damage. So yeah, these, to the T, these are your best go-to settings if you want to get the quote-unquote full experience of matching official playing on single player with quality of life bumps here and there. And the only one I would argue is maybe the XP, because you know, like I said, there are specific special events that they have where things go up to 5 times. So as long as you're toying around with 2 times or 3 times, yeah, that's a safe bet. So I just wanted to update this, and again, no mods. We went through all of these, making sure single player setting is still turned off, and yeah, alright. So I'll catch you at the next segment when I try to get caught back up with my days here, but we'll load in so that as soon as I pick up, you can see where I left off. Which I think I have my Terror Bird, second Terror Bird, ready to go. And all I'm going to do probably is just grab Explorer nodes. Yeah, okay, cool. So, I'll give you the time of day. We got 0 dark 21. And I will see you at the next clip.